Hello, and thank you for coming to this live Zoom session on LinkedIn. Today, we're going to be talking about how to create and use a LinkedIn profile. So what is LinkedIn and why should you use it? So LinkedIn is a social networking site that allows you to network and form professional connections online. So LinkedIn really allows you to network with organizations and professionals that are actually outside of your immediate geographic location. So it allows you to connect with people if you're planning on relocating to a new location after graduation. You can reach out to individuals in your field that may work in the area that you're planning on relocating to. It also allows students and alumni to really build a professional online presence. So a lot of human resources professionals and recruiters will tend to use LinkedIn to really find professionals that are specifically in their field, and having that online presence will allow you to stand out with these recruiters. It also allows you to research different companies, job openings, and career paths. So LinkedIn has an extensive list of job openings that companies will post. So if there's a specific job that you're looking for, a specific area that you're looking to go into, you can research what different companies have open and just different opportunities that companies have, and search different career paths to help you really finalize exactly what it is that you want to do. There are several different sections and features on your LinkedIn profile. So I'll be going more in depth with these in a little bit, but for just an overview of what each of these sections are, there's photos and headlines, summary and skills, education, experience, and there are other sections as well, such as honors and awards, licenses and certificates, endorsements, volunteer experiences, recommendations, and languages as well. There are also plenty of search features. Again, like I stated before, you can search for jobs, alumni, connections, different companies, whatever it may be. You can essentially search anything that you may need that'll help you professionally. And people can actually see who view their profile. So there is a way to actually change this setting. Essentially, they'll still technically see that someone viewed their profile, but if you change to view as private mode, you will only show up as an anonymous LinkedIn member. So instead of viewing someone's profile and them seeing your profile in return, you can just become an anonymous LinkedIn member to come up as private so they don't know who exactly it was that viewed their profile. For the photo and headline, you want to upload a professional photo or headshot. Just like in the example off to the side, there is just a generic white background. The photo is not cropped, it's not a selfie. You want to make sure that it is a professional photo because it is the first thing that an employer will see. And you want to add a customized headline that is catchy and very specific to your field. So you want to use keywords that are going to allow professionals to come and find you. So in the example I have on this profile on this slide says, a social worker specializing in family dynamics and early childhood development, seeking an entry-level counselor position. So with this specific headline, you know she is interested in social work, she wants to become a counselor, and she shares specifically what she specializes in. So that allows employers to narrow down their search. If they're specifically looking for someone who has experience with early childhood development and wants to work with families, then they'll be able to use this profile and reach out to this profile because she fits exactly what they are looking for. Your summary and skills really allow employers to get a more in-depth look of your goals and the strengths that you have that may be beneficial to what they're looking for in a candidate. So your summary essentially describes your background. You want to describe who you are, what you do, what you want to do, who you want to help, and how you can help them. Again, it provides a more in-depth look at who you are, and it provides a good background for employers to really find and learn more about you. You also want to discuss your passion and your goals, and connect your goals to your previous experience. So what are you looking to do? What is your goal with your future career after you graduate within an internship? What are you very passionate about? State that, because employers want someone who is passionate about their field. And if you state specifically what you're passionate about, then that'll allow employers to be encouraged to reach out to you, and people will be able to know what you're interested in learning more about, who you want to work with, and who you're passionate about helping. With your skills, you want to add at least 5 or more key skills that really showcase your strengths, and make sure these skills are specific to your field. So what are major skills that you know someone in your field must have to succeed? Adding those skills, if you have them, showcase that on your profile, because again, it'll help employers and recruiters really narrow down potential candidates for a position. And connections can endorse your skills, and this adds validity to the skills that you have. These endorsements show up on your profile, so it'll make it easier for individuals to learn more about the skills and actually know that you actually have these skills, because professors, connections, whoever knows that you have different skills like this, they'll be able to hit endorse for that skill, and it'll show up on your profile to really add that extra validity to your strengths that you state. With your education, you want to list the schools that you have attended. You want to add your major and minor, and the dates that you attended the institution. So in the example I have below, it states Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Master of Arts in Student Affairs and Higher Education. So it already states the school, what type of degree the individual is pursuing, and what is their specific degree in. So what is their major? This program is a 2-year program, so the individual is going to be attending this institution from 2018 to 2020. So the profile shares that information as well. And it also allows you to add what organization and club memberships you're involved with. So if you're involved as a student, you can show what you have done outside of the classroom with your involvement. And the education section allows you to specifically add that. So it'll show up in this section. So for example, this student was part of the Associates for Student Development, and they were specifically the Vice President of Professional Development, and they were also involved with another organization. So showcasing that allows employers to see that you went the extra mile and you took that extra initiative to really essentially go more in depth and be more involved with the institution that you were attending, aside from just going to class and coming home. You want to add your work history underneath the experience section. So you want to include your job title, your organization, dates, and the location of where you worked. So in the example I have below, it's for a front-end monitor at Weis Markets. So this individual worked there from May 2016 to July 2018. There is an option where if it is a current position, you can add present. And the good thing about LinkedIn is when you are still continuously working in a position, it automatically calculates how long you have been there. So with these, with the dates, it automatically calculates, for example, this example has 2 years and 3 months. So instead of continuously having to update a month or how long you have been there, just adding the word present will allow you to show individuals that you're still involved with this company, and LinkedIn will continuously calculate until you choose an end date. And this location of Weis that they worked at is in Allentown, Pennsylvania, so that has the location as well. For the skills, you want to add a bulleted list that contains at least 3 to 5 bullet points, and you want to describe what you have achieved in this position and learn to apply the knowledge and skills that you have gained from this position. So describing is essentially specifically what you have done. You can format it like you have on your resume. Just remember, the benefit with LinkedIn is that there is no page limit. So you can go a little bit more in elaborating if you need to, but we still recommend using the formula of an action word in the correct tense, plus a numeric value if possible, and a brief description of what you did. So describing how, when, what, who you have helped in your description. So for example, in this description that we have below, this individual utilized communication skills to connect with coworkers and customers in a respectful and friendly manner. So utilize, here is the action word, and because it is a previous position, it is in past tense. So they previously have used the communication skills to connect with coworkers and customers. The brief description is how they use those skills to connect with coworkers and customers specifically, and how they use those skills. So they use those skills respectfully and friendly to really provide a good customer service experience. Below, in a few bullet points down, you see an example with a numeric value. So this individual oversaw up to 8 cashiers on the front end and customer service desk attendant. So that's specifically stating how many individuals they supervised during their shift at a time. Something you also want to keep in mind is if you are in a field where they want specific experiences and differences in work that you have, you can share those examples, and that can be showcased on your profile and uploaded into your experience. So one thing you want to keep in mind with uploading your work, however, is that you really do want to be careful with what you share, because it is public and is at risk of being replicated. So an example that I have is if you are in the field of graphic design and you have examples of things that you have created, you have designed that will really help boost your profile, then you can upload that. However, some individuals recommend that you actually use a watermark so individuals know that that is your work, that is specifically what you have created, to save your work for yourself, and people will see that it was yours. Some other sections that LinkedIn has are honors and awards. So this is where you would list the different awards that you may have received, whether it's in a job, academically, you can list those on your profile. If you have a license and certificate that's specific to your field and very relevant to your field, add that to your profile, because employers may be looking for specific certificates and licenses. You can also add volunteer experience that you may be continuing to do or have done in the past to show a little bit extra of what you have done within your immediate community and what you have chosen to give back to and help others within your community. There's also a section on endorsements. Previously, when I talked about skills, I talked about how connections can endorse the skills that you have. So these endorsements show up on your profile. So once a skill is endorsed, a whole section will show up just based on your endorsements, and it'll show you who endorsed you and how many people have endorsed you for that specific skill. Again, the endorsements really add extra validity to the skills that you state on your profile. You can also ask professors, advisors, supervisors, students, alumni, and many others for recommendations for your profile. This allows individuals to show what you have done with others, and essentially also allows others to know that you have worked well in a team, within a group, and provides some extra information of what you have done within the eyes of other people that you have worked with. And if you speak more than one language, include that language and each language that you speak on your profile. It is also recommended that you add the fluency level as well if you are fluent in reading, writing, or spoken. Most of the time when individuals are fluent in a language, they are fluent in all three. However, if that's not the case, specify what you are more so fluent in, if it's reading, writing, or spoken. There's also a way to really connect with people, and these are called your connections. So a connection is someone that has been added to your personal network on your LinkedIn profile. So either you have accepted their request to connect, or they have accepted your request to connect. And I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in the next slide with about how to connect and who to connect to, when's the best time to connect. But you can see your connections post job updates, anniversaries, and photos on LinkedIn, and they can see all of your information as well. So if you are sharing information to a status or they're sharing information to a status, both of you will be able to see what the other individual posts. And it allows you to see their job updates and anniversaries and help celebrate a work anniversary, or if they have received a new position, and allows you to really congratulate them on the work that they are continuing to do. You can also connect with individuals in your field, at your school, your colleagues, and whoever else it may be, to really learn more about what individuals are doing. You can see where they're headed, what they're doing, and it allows for you to, again, connect with individuals that are outside of your immediate geographic location. So a lot of in-person networking events contain people that are very local and in your immediate community. However, LinkedIn allows you to go beyond, and you can really connect with individuals worldwide and companies worldwide to learn more so about what they're doing and stay updated with those current trends and learn more about the different geographic locations that they're located in. So sending a connection request, when is the best time to make a connection? So after a networking event, an interview, a job fair, this would be a really good time to send a connection request if they are on LinkedIn to really allow for some follow-up. This is a good time to further that connection and continue to build that professional connection with the individual that you just had that professional interaction with. However, if you are sending a request to an individual you don't know, you can send a short message to explain why you're connecting with them. So for example, if you found an alumni who was part of the Human Resource Management program here at IUP, you can explain to them, I'm currently in the Human Resource Management program at IUP, and I noticed you are an alumni of the program. I am looking to connect with you. This way they'll know that you found them as an alumni, you're in the same program, and maybe you're just interested in learning more about what they do in their field, in their specific job. And maybe they'll be more willing to connect with you if you do send that short message, as opposed to just sending the request on its own. If a connection is someone you already know, it may not be necessary to really send a message along with your request, because again, they already know you, so they already know what you do and who you are. It's just an extra way for you to continue to build that professional connection even after leaving IUP, when you have saw them regularly, but now you won't really see them as regularly. So what else really can be done with a LinkedIn profile? So you can follow different companies and organizations. This allows you to stay updated on what these companies and organizations that you're interested in working with are doing. So what are they currently handling? How are they keeping updated with current trends? What kind of events are they holding? And you can also see what jobs that they are posting as well. So a lot of companies and organizations utilize LinkedIn to find candidates and find potential employees for their organization. So you can apply through job and find these job openings through LinkedIn that these companies will tend to post. You can also share personalized statuses, and allows your connections to see what you're doing and what your accomplishments are, and some job updates. So some examples of things that you can write about on your LinkedIn profile are experiences presenting at a conference. So really sharing what you presented on, why you presented on that topic, and what was your experience like presenting at this conference that you went to. And share an award that you won and why you were the recipient. Explain why you were the one chosen, explain what the award is for, and share that accomplishment with your connections. This also allows you to have a strong and active online presence as well. So having that professional online presence will allow companies to know that you're continuously staying active with your professional life, and sharing these statuses will keep them updated with your current events, what you're currently doing, what you have achieved. You can also join groups. So these groups can be alumni groups, professional organizations, and there are many other types of groups that you can join. For example, IUP actually has some specific groups that will be helpful for you to join after graduation. So there is the IUP alumni group and the IUP career development and networking group. This will allow you to stay updated with other alumni from IUP and to continue to learn more about what others are doing and network with other alumni from IUP. Maybe you'll find others in different majors. You'll be able to network with others that were within your major, but it allows you to connect with alumni from a variety of years that they graduated. There's also a Find Alumni feature. So if you search Indiana University of Pennsylvania on LinkedIn with this feature, it'll show you all IUP alumni that are on LinkedIn. So this will allow you to really narrow it down, and you'll be able to narrow down the alumni by their location, their job, their major, the organization that they're with, to allow you to find a more specific idea of what you're looking for and who you would like to connect with. Some benefits of LinkedIn: there are recruiters and human resource professionals that really utilize LinkedIn to find potential candidates. So these professionals could find your profile, and it could actually lead to a positive networking experience, especially if this individual is in the field that you would like to go into. Then using those specific keywords that I stated earlier within your headline and your skills, the professionals could find your profile due to that, and they would be more willing to reach out to you because you have the skills that they're looking for. And this could lead to potential employment for you and very positive opportunities for students in the future. There are extensive job listings as well, so you can search for jobs through LinkedIn. So if there's a specific position that you're interested in, whether it's a guidance counselor in an elementary school, you can be as specific as that, and you'll be able to find job openings either in a specific location, or you can branch out and look for a different location if you are interested in relocating or planning to relocate after graduation. Because many companies will post their openings on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn creates a much easier way for them to find suitable candidates. Because if they find out that you applied via LinkedIn, then they'll be able to see your profile and find all of your skills and information on your profile as well. Some other benefits of LinkedIn is that you can stay updated with current trends from articles and other information that your connections share. So as an example, with what's currently happening in the world with the pandemic, you can currently stay updated with what companies and organizations are doing to really stay updated and continuously trying to help who they work with during the pandemic. So this gives you an idea of how companies are handling the pandemic and what they're continuously trying to do to keep individuals engaged with their companies throughout the pandemic. So that is just a current example of what trends you can stay in touch with via LinkedIn. You can also continuously build your professional network. So your connections also have connections. So when you are connecting with someone you may already know, if you're connected in some sort of way, if you have the same school, then they can be considered a first connection because you have that immediate connection already. However, they will have connections that will be considered second connections to you. So these second connections are someone that you would know through the individual that you are already connected with. So if you are able to then connect with that second connection, then that allows you to continuously build that network and continuously be connecting with newer individuals. And that's all I have today. If you have any other questions or need help really building your LinkedIn profile, then you can visit the iup.edu/career, and there are handouts and information about LinkedIn on the website, or you can contact the Career and Professional Development Center as well, and someone will be willing to meet with you to really discuss a LinkedIn profile and help you create and navigate the different resources that LinkedIn has.